Thank God it's Saturday. It's the 18th of January, 2025, just about 12:40 a.m. on the 18th. And I'm going to give you a quick tour of the basement where the function took place and a beautiful little place called I think it's called the Hat Trick. It's a sports bar. It's in the hotel. And I think you'll find it very fascinating. So let's go. Let's go. I've received permission from the management to accomplish this presentation without having the fear of being molested in any way. It's always good to see these in the area. I feel more comfortable. I sleep better when I know that there's a fire. What do they call it? Depression? Not a fire. A fire suspension, not suspension. Not dispension, something to put a fire out. All right, watch these steps. They're very, very steep. If you were to lose look how thin the steps are. So you've got to watch out, and they're very steep. Can you see how steep these are? But this is Canada, so their building codes are much different from this Times Square, and. The temperature is, if you can believe this, is a -3 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's start with the basement, and I think that's here it is. No, that's not it. Where is the basement? Oh, the basement, you have to go outside. I forgot. So we're gonna go outside. We're gonna hang a quick left, and I'll show you the basement. Oh my God. -3. Oh, and it feels it. Your ears immediately freeze. The top of your ears. Say hello. Say hello. Can you say hello? Okay. So it looks like a broom closet, and you say, where am I going here? This doesn't look like the basement. But you pull on the broom handle, and there you go. And you enter the basement. Very eclectic, very Victorian per se, very dark as well. And again, you have to watch these steps as you come around. Some beautiful artwork on the ceiling, some kind of Victorian game of chance. It looks like 3, 4, 5 women and 1 man. So you tell me what you think is going on there, and I'll get back to you on the comments, and I'll tell you what I think is going on there. So let's go in here. This is no, I haven't used the bathroom. I'm just curious. These are the old type bathroom. This is what it used to say in the United States. Ladies, simply ladies and gentlemen, because that's all we had. We had boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, and that was the end of it. You were one of those, and we didn't have to haggle about titles and dress codes, personalities, institutionalized cultural sex. It was just gentlemen and ladies, and that was the extent. So let's go into the gentleman's room. Let's see if it's occupied. Is anybody in here? I just want to see if, oh, there they are. Unbelievable. This is what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen these, some of you guys have never seen these if you're young enough. This is the old type urinal. And what they did, this is American standard, they came all the way to the floor. Your feet, your right foot goes on the right, your left foot goes on your left, and whatever drainage or drippage is left over from your urination lands in the urinal. But of course, the bean counters came in, they wanted to save money, so now all your urinals are like half the size of these old-fashioned urinals, and you get a puddle of urine at the bottom of the urinal. You see it at airports, you see it at restaurants, you see it everywhere. And this is how urinals should be and should have always been and stayed this way. But I guess they charge more money for a full face. This is what you call a full face urinal. All the way to the floor, no puddle. See? No puddle. No puddle. No puddle. No puddle. Maybe you're getting a little bit full of this You say, man, you're getting a little too excited about this, but nobody wants to step in a puddle of urine, especially somebody else's. I mean, you don't mind stepping in your own urine from time to time, but somebody else's urine from time to time? So I am so glad. I just took a chance to come in here, and sure enough, it was well worth it. All right, we're back outside now. And this is where the function took place. Again, with these steep steps. So I'll just give you a quick gander of this. Just a nice space. Isn't this nice? And this was a packed house. And everybody's gone home now. Hopefully they're all home in one piece and haven't frozen to death. So this is called the basement in Winnipeg, Canada. And I'll just give you a quick overview. One walk around. Very nice. They had couches. And it's just very nice. The green room area over here. The bar area. The food was great. I had a steak sandwich. And everything was very nice. French fries. I think it was 2 big onion rings, if not 3. And very enjoyable. Okay, that's the basement. I just wanted to give you a quick, a quick tour, as they say. Now we're gonna go into the place that's called the Hat Trick. And again, I've received permission from the manager, but we still could run into some roadblocks. So we're gonna go back outside. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, it's cold. God, it's cold. We're gonna go back outside. Oh man. Oh, I'll take the heat any day. I'll take the heat any day. This again is the lobby of the Howard Johnson's. And see, this is what it is. Howard Johnson's used to be very, very popular back in the United States. The red roof. When we were coming home from Brooklyn or the grandmother's house or New York City on the Parkway, and we would see the red roof of the Howard Johnson's, we knew that we were very close to our exit and very, very close to our private residence. And it made the family feel very, very happy to know that they were approaching the comfort and safety of their own home when we saw the red roof. So let's go. This is the VLT Lounge. This area is restricted to persons 18 and older. So we won't find any adolescents, preteen individuals. Let's go. And this is it. This is it. This is gambling. This is gambling in Winnipeg. Can you believe it? It's just beautiful. And they have a sports motif. I'm going to be very careful. I don't want to get this in anybody's face. Nobody likes. Look at this, beautiful. Look. TVs everywhere. And it's and here we are. Isn't this a wonderful place? Who thought that this place was here? This is called the Hat Trick?
Yep.
This is called the Hat Trick. And this is a sports bar inside the Howard Johnson's. Yeah, this is for my YouTube channel. You guys want to say hello?
Yeah. What's the channel?
I'll let you know. My name is Brian Holtzman. I'm visiting from Austin, Texas. I'm down in the basement.
Really?
And so this is the Hat Trick.
Yeah, Hat Trick's bar.
You guys are from Winnipeg, close by.
It's our watering hole here.
Tell us about the gambling. I was very surprised when I came in here and I saw slot machines.
Oh, really? They don't have them down in Texas at bars?
Gambling is restricted to Indian reservations or Las Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
And Atlantic City.
I heard that.
And places that get an exception, but this is Canada. Can have these anywhere in Canada.
Every bar has
Any kind of bar.
Every
yeah.
bar.
pretty much a good 95% of the bars in town.
And
We'll
it's
have at least a couple of VLT machines, yeah.
and this is -3 degrees. You can tell as soon as you go out. You can
yeah.
feel how cold it actually is.
This isn't
yeah.
even a bad night.
yeah.
So
We've had a pretty tame winter this year. So normally we go through, there's usually a couple times a year where we're in the -30s, hitting -40 Celsius, where we just have to tough it out for a couple days.
it's real nice in here. I was very surprised that this is in the Howard Johnsons.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Part of the Howard Johnsons and the basement downstairs.
Yeah. So one of the things is a lot of our hotels will have bars and vendors attached.
They want to stand over here where the light is better, if you don't mind.
Because we don't really have, in Manitoba, we don't have beer stores everywhere like in Ontario or Alberta. We will have vendors at hotels, and there's a couple other places that will sell strictly beer. And
Now, what do you, on Long Island in New York, we call this the beer distributor.
Okay.
And in the Midwest, I think they call it the package store.
We call this.
What do you call the place where you buy the alcohol?
So if I'm going to pick up a case of beer with him, we're going to the vendor.
The vendor.
So you call it a vendor.
Yes.
Or you go to the LC if you're buying a bottle of liquor.
Like
You
a
have to-
bottle of rum.
It'll be the MLCC, the Manitoba Lotto Liquory Commission.
Is that the whole country wide? How is
that's
that?
the problem.
That's just the province.
So if I want to drink with him tonight, and we want to have rum and coke all night, be a little fancy, I'll say, hey Jarrett, I'm going to the LC to pick you up a 2-6, and what are you feeling? And he'll say rum. Okay, I'll get you a 2-6 of rum at the LC.
So you'd have to make 2 stops if you wanted spirits and beer.
No,
So they
not
have
necessarily.
beer at the LC. Most of the time, though, it'll be unrefrigerated, just stacked on a pallet or something like that. So if you want a 6-pack for tonight, it's Friday night, you just got off work, and you want a 6-pack, and you want to crack that beer as soon as you get home, have a cold one, you'll stop at a vendor. So usually at a hotel, it'll be at the bottom of a hotel somewhere. There's a couple actual beer stores in Winnipeg, but they all are associated with something else. There's no standalone private beer stores. We don't have private sale of any alcohol here.
So who's selling it? The government
the
organization?
Provincial government has regulations. They sell all the liquor, and then certain establishments are allowed to sell beer and coolers, anything that's not above 12%.
So that's a vendor.
Yeah. So
What are your names? I'm sorry, I should ask you
I'm
that.
Jarrett.
I'm JP.
Now, you guys, if you want, if you get a pen and write your names down, I'll put you on a guest list for tomorrow night's show. If you're interested,
You're gonna laugh. I'm actually coming to your show tomorrow.
you are.
Yeah,
So-
I have tickets. I can show you right now.
Wow.
It's your show. You're the one. You're the one on stage.
He's the headliner.
Really?
Holtzman.
Wow.
Yeah, I bought tickets actually last week.
Well, I'll come by for sure.
Well, I'll put you on the guest list. How's that?
You come with me.
Yeah, go with him and tell him it's okay with me.
Yeah, for
Don't
sure.
pay.
We'll be there.
At least I can do
You're
for
gonna
you.
see me.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we had a nice crowd tonight. It went well, and but I was very surprised. This is like so cool,
How'd you like the way to get into the basement?
unbelievable. I opened it up and figured they were gonna murder me. You know, it looks like this is
You pull the broom or whatever.
right.
You know what? What have you heard about Winnipeg's reputation?
Not much, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
What should I know? Tell our viewers, my viewers, about Winnipeg.
Well, we have a reputation for being the murder capital of Canada. And to be honest with you, as long as you know how to talk to people and you can give respect, it's actually not that bad.
That's the thing. Besides being the murder capital of Canada, we are extremely nice. We have some areas that you stay away.
And who's being murdered? Is it chance by murder, or is it people that know people?
People who
People that
know
know people.
Yeah, that's what most of the murder.
We are the middle of Canada, so we're a direct hub for many traffic-related businesses, right?
You know how to talk to people, you'll get along just fine. Like Jared and I, we come here all the time. We know everyone in here. We never have an issue.
It's a very friendly place when.
I talked to the manager. He gave me permission to film. You always have to ask first.
Oh yeah.
And he said, yeah, go ahead. So,
Wonderful
he's a good
people.
dude. He's a good
Wonderful people here.
Chase.
Yeah, we've met him. We know him.
We really do have a worse reputation from the outside than what it seems like when you're here.
The thing is, as an outsider, you're going to hear about us being this dangerous city with murder and crime and all that. We're really just a city with a small town vibe.
Yeah.
So once you get to know your people and your crowd, you fit in. And we are very accepting to new people too, like yourself. All we ask for in Winnipeg is respect. That's it. As long as you give respect, almost anyone will give it right back to you.
Big melting pot of different cultures too here.
Very cultural
You
here.
could drive down Portage Avenue here. You could drive down for 2 minutes and you'll find multiple Asian restaurants, multiple European restaurants, African restaurants all over the world. Any kind of food you want is in every area of the city.
Thomas Horton.
Yeah. And yeah, there's lots of culture here. That's the big thing.
Very diverse city. Yes,
That's
it has a
fun,
bad
too.
reputation, but you know what? You got to make it the best of what it is.
Yeah.
And if you're from here, you get very close with the people you grew up with. I grew up with this guy my whole life. I don't see us changing anytime soon. Probably going to go to this place for another 20, 30 years. That's just how we
You
are.
have no plans of relocating?
No, sir.
No, honestly.
So you like it here in Winnipeg?
What locals like it here.
I do. The biggest thing I don't like is simply the weather. Like winter can suck.
But
It can be brutal.
you make it your identity.
Yeah,
Like
you're almost proud. You're almost proud to have survived so long.
And dress in layers.
Yes. I'm layered right up right now because I'm gonna have to walk home after this.
Yeah. Like it's not uncommon for me to keep my pajamas on, put on sweats, and then my work pants. And at the end of the day, take off the work pants and sweats, and I'm still in my pajamas.
Yeah, I imagine working outdoors in the -3 degrees. My plane was delayed today from Minneapolis for 2 hours because of the storm you had this morning. A brief storm.
And the thing that everyone here is talking about is the storm. It was so warm during the storm, and there was hardly any snow. The only thing we were bothered by was the wind. And the gusts were 90 kilometers an hour, which is
Yeah, we had some choppy weather on that airplane, I'll tell you that.
some ferocious wind. But I wasn't bothered. I went to work today and had a normal day.
Yeah. It's like any other day.
Well, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to me. This will be great content because people, like we just talked about, like to talk to other people.
I love it too.
And
love seeing outside.
you know, the people are trying to do a lot of nonsense with their YouTube channel, and I like to just
Show it how it is.
do regular, you know, pieces of interesting items of interest. And this certainly is an interesting item of interest. When I opened the door and came in here and saw the slot machines and all the TVs and I didn't expect this in a Howard Johnson's. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
And you know, it's like, as sad as this sounds, it's a bar, but I feel at home here. I come and I know everyone that works here.
It's a community here.
They greet me, they know my name, they make my drink before I even say a word, and we're already talking about the sports games and stuff.
We know the staff, we know the customers.
Yeah.
It's community based.
Like that television show Cheers.
Exactly.
A little bit like
you.
that. Just
Exactly.
on a small city scale.
They know my name. I could leave here and not pay and come back tomorrow, and they wouldn't even say, hey.
Wow.
As long as you got that respect, you're
Oh,
good.
thank you. And I'm going to go check out the vendor now, right? Vendor.
Vendor's right next door.
Let's go over it again. It can be called a vendor here in Canada, and that's nationwide.
At least in the province.
At
Yeah.
least in the province.
And on Long Island, they called it the package store.
We would never call it that here.
And then when I was in the Air Force on base in the Midwest or what have you, they would call it the package store. No, did I say that already?
Yeah.
Yeah, package store, the beer distributor or the distributor, and then or the vendor, and then who sells the hard liquor? What do they call it?
So that's the LC, Liquor Commission.
The liquor commission
The government.
for the hard liquor or the spirits.
But that
Anything
is
over
province, just our province. If you went next door to Saskatchewan and went to a grocery store, they would have a separate building beside the grocery store, and it would say Safeway Liquor, and that's where you would go.
Wow.
But they don't allow that here.
No, not here.
But yeah,
So what's your opinion, both of you, briefly, about the pending of the stepping down of the longtime Prime Minister?
about time.
It's been a
He
long time
overstayed
now.
his welcome, didn't he?
Hell yeah, he did.
You know what? He came on a platform of I'm going to be the new age liberal for the millennials. He did not deliver.
Hell, I voted for him when I was 18.
He
I'm
delivered
26 now, and I couldn't imagine thinking about voting for him again.
My,
false promises for Canadians. He deceived the liberal voting, the groups that were liberal. And now everyone wants a change. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a right-wing change. They just want to change.
Yeah.
my feeling on this gentleman is his father was the great politician. And this is a classic case of nepotism.
Yeah, exactly.
The job was always too big for him. It was always over his head.
I don't think he's making any decisions on his own terms. It's just his face and name being
You know,
used.
you don't want to be the last one to be asked to leave the party. And he's 10 years. It's,
Yeah.
you know, he's just very unpopular
He is
with
the-
most
I
Canadians.
can't believe he's still around.
In my
to be
entire
honest.
life, I've never heard of a prime minister more hated.
Yeah.
Or disliked, yeah.
He has turned this country against each other. He has turned us against the government. And
You know,
we're ready for a change.
Sort of like what's happening down south in
Similar.
neighboring the United, the divided states of America.
very divided
It's
right
like
now.
50 different countries.
Exactly. And it never used to feel like that here when I was growing up. And when I was about
Never felt like
20
that
years
growing
old,
up
it started to change.
in America. There's 50 different agendas, 50 different countries in America, 50 different opinions.
I never felt so politically divided until Trudeau entered office.
So terrible. All
I
right.
used to be able to agree with people, but now we're so divided. We're, as Canadians, we want.
And it's horrible, and it's also even horrible to think that maybe they did it on purpose because they don't want everybody on the same page,
Yeah,
I
it's hard to
believe that.
control people when they're all
on the same
together.
page. So it's a very, I guess we could say nefarious political system in this country and in the divided United States of America, I
It's on
guess.
us to be aware of this and talk about it.
All right, I'm going to thank you both, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Give me your
sir.
name
Nice to
again.
meet
I'm
you.
sorry, Jared.
Jared, yep.
JP.
And JP, thanks for your hospitality. I'm going to go
welcome.
take a quick run of the vendor and close it out.
Perfect.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll be there tomorrow.
And you come as well. Bring your
I will,
friends
for
and
sure.
bring the
Come
friends. Yeah, bring your friends, even the ones you don't like. Thanks,
Cool.
guys.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
So that was very nice. That was very nice interview. So this is the vendor now. This is where what they call the vendor. And this is again, look at this beautiful display. They've got it all here. They've got the Bud Light, the Coors, the Miller Genuine Draft. They've got the Bud Light, which is a very popular brand now. They've come back from some controversy on some identity politics. They've got the Heineken from Germany. We call those green sodas. We got the Mexican Corona with a lime, if you would, please. Wow, they've really got they've even got a Corona Light. Is that Corona Light? Corona Extra? So everybody here, I'm sorry, everybody here is being representative. You've got the Budweiser, which used to be an American company that was bought by
What about green juice?
Green Soda. How are you, sir? I mean, they've got all the brands here. They've got the Coors. Supposedly Coors uses the freshest, cleanest water in their ingredients. They're famous for that. The Silver Bullet. They've got some the Labatt's. I mean, they're all here. All the there's the Past Blue Ribbon, very, very, very popular. Bush beer, Past Blue Ribbon, very, very popular. And
Don't forget about them twisted teas too.
now, what's this? This is a twisted tea, hard iced tea. Wow,
Don't forget about them.
very good, sir. Enjoy those. Old Milwaukee. I mean, this is called the Vendor now. This is just off the Hat Trick Sports Bar, where I was talking to PJ, I think it was, and Jared, I think it was. So they're making it more popular every day to drink alcohol in different concoctions of juices. Coors Seltzer, twisted tea again, long drink. I mean, this is very well stocked. Say hello. Say hello if you can. If you can. And this is quite, this is a famous Modelo. I think that's a Mexican beer, if I'm not mistaken. You'll let me know in the comments. I know you will. If this you want to buy it, look at that. Miller High Life in a can. $2.89 since 1903. Miller Genuine Draft in a can. Jeez. What a time to be on the wagon. Gee whiz. I'm not happy unless I'm in a puddle of my own vomit, and I certainly could accomplish that here. So isn't this a unique beer case? Very unique, very nice. And then we've got some Budweiser 16 ounce, is that? These are the ones they sell at the ballpark, I think. So you've got everything here. Colt 45. Wow. Here's your Coors Original. Coors Light. Heineken. Oh, man. I used to drink these. These are real good. This one over here. I like the top. You know, you can reseal it, you know. See, you can reseal it. Pinsler. Heineken big jug. Wow. Very nice. I got permission from the manager. He said it's okay. This is called a Vendor.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of gentlemen inside. They gave me the whole lowdown.
Nice.
You mind being on camera?
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Okay, that's your prerogative. I won't show you, but you can still talk to me.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask you? Oh yeah, in the United States they're called distributors,
Yeah.
beer distributor,
Yeah.
or in the Midwest they call them the package store,
Okay.
and here they call it the vendor.
Vendor, yeah. It's different, eh?
Very exciting. Yeah, it sure is.
Check out our craft beer collection.
Where's that?
That's the two open fridges on your left-hand side. We have most of the stuff is locally made, so
Here,
yeah.
and this is all draft,
Craft,
draft,
C-R-A-F.
craft.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the craft, the special
Yeah. Smaller breweries, right?
smaller breweries. Okay. Pump fake pineapple. Double chocolate cranberry stout. Gingerbread latte stout. Torque Brewing. Red Line. Red IPA. What does IPA stand for?
Indian Pale Ale.
What is it?
Indian Pale Ale.
Indian Pale Ale.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what IPA stands for. Indian Pale Ale. So we're getting an education today. Roll over, Chavez. I mean, you can read it for yourself. Why should I butcher it? Yellow Dog Brewing Company. Play Dead IPA. Independent Pale Ale. Yellow Dog Brewing Company. Do you sell a lot of these?
Yeah, a lot.
Atlas, imported Atlas. Strong beer. Super strong. Best served cold. And this is your famous beer. I remember my father drinking these. These are tasty. Yeah, beer can be a lot of fun. It's more fun when you're drinking it in the evening. It's not as fun the next day for some reason. Bonhammer Brewing Company. Wow, look at that can. That's the logo, huh? Rainbow Sherbet, Otherworld. Bonhammer Brewing Company. Wow, some very eclectic brands. Logos. Very good. I can't go through them all. This is the Japanese Sapporo. That I know. Since 1876. That's some beer right there. Shit, I better get out of here. I'll be tempted to start drinking these IPAs, Independent Pale Ale. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna close out this video and make sure I don't film this gentleman's face. I just go over here. This is the back of the counter and then the bar over there. It's okay, I'm not gonna do it.
It's all good.
No, people get excited, I'm not gonna do that. All right, I'm gonna close it out, and here's your ATM machine in case you need any money. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the little tour of the basement, Hat Trick Club, and the vendor, area. And I'm gonna close it out. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and have an IPA. Have an IPA.